So we're starting, it's called the core because it's mainly that's come about because of year 12. So in year 12, this becomes the compulsory unit. So the part of the unit that all year 12s will do. There is at the end of the year module that you can pick, but yeah, you don't need to worry about that. But that's why it's called the core. But the first part of the compulsory unit is obviously univariate data. So this is really, you might want to write that we're actually doing, this is univariate data to begin with. So univariate data is when you really have, you just got one list of data. So say for example, I collected all your heights. I've got one thing or one list of data. But anyway, so we're going to be looking at all these different types of data, and at the moment we're one list. So we have different types of data, and the first two categories that we can have, well, you break up data into, is that it's either numerical or categorical. So up here we've got a bit of an explanation of what each of them, but down under the flow chart, this is probably what's going to find it a little bit easier. So we've got the data, and so first of all you can either have numerical or you can have categorical. So numerical data is something that is something that you either count or you measure it, and that's like a numerical. So when you've collected a number like that, so say for your heights, that would be, we've measured your height, so that'd be numerical. I could count how many pets each of you have. I've counted, and that would be a number, and that is so numerical data. So you do then branch off and have two types of numerical data, which is either it can be discrete or continuous. And it's how you collect it, or how you collect the data is what it becomes. So generally if you count it, it's called discrete. So I've got a few examples under there. So I've said how many mobile phones in each of your households. So that I would be counting it. That would be a discrete data. When it's like a whole number, like you get a whole number of things. So I might count how many students in each year level. I've counted, it's a whole number. Okay, the other type of numerical is continuous, and the good giveaway for that is that you say that it's measured. So height, weight, maybe I might measure when I say, how long you took to run 100 meters. So I record all that. I'm measuring that, okay? So that's continuous. Now then you've got categorical. Now categorical data is it's when it's like a category. So if I collected your eye color in this thing, you're either brown, blue, that's a category, yeah? So I could collect your things like that, or the type of car your parents drive, like whether it's BMW, they see how it's a category. It's not, where that's categorical data. Now, categorical data can break off into two types as well, and it's ordinal and nominal. And you have to be, this is where it can get a little bit tricky. You have to be very careful in deciding which one this is. So when you have categorical data that is ordinal, it's when you have some type of order. So when you do surveys and you have the strongly agree, neither, disagree, and strongly disagree. See how they're actually a category. You're in the agree category, but it's got some order, doesn't it? Because I know if I strongly agree and someone else strongly disagrees, we are at the opposite ends. You can judge it's an ordered thing. So that would be ordered data, ordinal categorical data. The other type of categorical ordinal data is like if you do horse racing, say horse racing, and you say the horse came first, second, third, fourth. That is actually just a category. When you're labeling that they came first, that is a category. But it does have order, because you know that the person who's labelled first came in before the person who was labelled 20th, okay? But be careful, that's categorical. It has a number sounding name, but it's actually categorical. Another one that's ordinal, that's categorical, that's pretty common, and so you might write them underneath, is shoe size. So shoe size, so we might all have these different shoe sizes, but it's a category. It's just a labelled category 6, but say that's my shoe size, but someone else has a shoe size of 11. That's ordinal, isn't it? I know for sure that the 11 is bigger than my foot, so it does have order. Okay, so that's ordinal categorical data. So they're the ones that they can get caught up with. If it doesn't have any order, we just call it nominal. So say you go into a pizza shop and you were seeing, you looked at how many, you looked at small, medium, large, oh no, that's ordinal, not a good one, sorry. Nominal could be like the car type. If you have a BMW, Mercedes, there's no order there, is there? No. Eye colour, there's no order there. I don't know what else I put in, but yeah. So the one that Year 12's got trapped up in, which you probably might just want to jot down so you remember, was actually postcodes. So you know how different postcodes, so I think Essendon has 3029 or something, someone else, they thought that was ordinal. Postcodes actually isn't. Just as a new suburb rocks up, the next one goes in. There's no way to know. I can't tell just because this suburb is 3029. I can't tell what the next door's suburb is. There's no order in it. And they just didn't know that. And it was huge the year that it all stuffed up. So just wrote under there, because they seem to keep bringing it up, postcodes. And the other one that they get confused about is, when you say, if we did a survey and we might say under 50, over 50, yeah, of years, say something like that, that's actually categorical. We're just putting you in a group, but there is an order. If I'm in the under 50s, I know someone in the over 50, we can see there's an order there. All right, so that was the other one that caught them up. All right, so this page on the front, put ones that trap you up on so that you can refer to it in a test if you get caught. All right, so we've got a few questions there. So examples of numerical data, we'll just go through them quickly. So numerical heights, marks on, so if you went through and you say which one is, which one's continuous, which one is discrete. So heights of teenagers, that would be continuous. Okay? Marks on a maths test, that would be discrete. We count them up. The number of universities in a country, we would have counted that, so that will be discrete. Ages, you generally, this one's a bit, generally because we just count how many years you are, so we generally call that discrete. You just got to be careful. If they won't give you one that's a bit debatable. And salaries, I'm not sure if you know what a salary is. A salary is when you get a set amount of money for your year of work. Some people, like you kids, mostly work on an hourly rate. Say I'm on a salary, so it doesn't matter. My hours are sort of just, they could be anything, but I just get a set wage. That's a salary, okay? So I would say salary is probably a discrete, yeah? We just counted, we give it a thing. So underneath they've got some categorical data. Let's just go through them with you. So gender, whether you're male or female, that's categorical, but it's nominal. AFL teams, what team you barrack for, that would be nominal, even though the Lions are the best, but doesn't matter, that's still nominal. Religion is also nominal. So there's no order in it. So finishing positions in the Melbourne Cup, that is ordinal. Yeah, we do, it's a label, but we know some order. I can't even say this word, municipalities. That just means like your area you're in, yeah? So don't worry, that would be nominal. When you're ratings of 1 to 5 for preferences for 5 different cars, I'd say that's nominal still. Age groups, so this is still nominal. Age groups is ordinal. So it's still a group, it's still a category, but we do know, we can see the ages and who's older. And hair colour, that would be nominal.